Far From Home the greatest Spider-Man movie? Spider-Man Far From Home is thwipping into theaters next week, and it might be our most anticipated movie since the last Marvel movie, which came out 2 months ago. While fans are on the edge of their seats waiting to see what the Marvel Cinematic Universe looks like after the fallout from Avengers Endgame, they were treated to some good news last week when early social media reactions to Far From Home painted it in a very positive light. But now, full reviews have dropped for the Spider flick, giving fans a better picture of where the movie stands in the Spider pantheon and making them ask the question, is this the best Spider-Man film of all time?
Oh, I'm so nervous.
Quick side note, since this film does not come out until next week, this will be a spoiler-free film review roundup, so consider this your spoiler warning about how there will be no spoilers.
Stop watching because there's some serious spoilers about to come up.
First up, a lot of the reviews seem to hit on the fact that there is a lot of pressure on this film since it comes right on the heels of Avengers Endgame. ComicBook.com's review sums up the sentiments with, Spider-Man Far From Home arrives under a massive dark shadow as the first entry to the Marvel Cinematic Universe following the mega hit that was Avengers Endgame. The bar is set inexplicably high for the team behind Spider-Man Far From Home, but in their own unique personal ways, they reach that bar and then some. Nerdist's own review praises Tom Holland's portrayal as Spider-Man as the reason for the film's success. Far From Home offers an empathetic continuation of Peter's establishment in his first solo outing as a regular kid who wants to be a hero. 2 years, or is it 7, and 2 snaps later, Peter is a hero who wants to be a regular kid. Compound this with the pressures of inheriting the charge from the fallen Avengers. The combination of Parker and Holland forges something wonderfully earnest from this material, which sticks to the screen. David Sims over at The Atlantic also praised the film and gave the success some more context with, the biggest achievement of all remains that Marvel managed to introduce Spider-Man into its crowded universe just a few years after he'd been played by Maguire and Andrew Garfield in 5 movies and make him feel fresh. Adding, Spider-Man Far From Home is a bouncy addition to a bulging franchise with just enough fringe zaniness to help it stand out from the pack. Slash Films review loved the look of the film, saying the action is top-notch. Spider-Man Far From Home is perhaps one of the most comic booky of recent Marvel films, setting the conflicts on a grand world stage while introducing some truly wacky concepts. John Watts, who returns to direct Far From Home after impressing with Homecoming, delivers some of the most visually inventive action sequences in a Marvel film yet, rivaling the trippy sequences of Doctor Strange with a dynamic, deft direction that becomes a touch surreal. Now, the folks over at The Wrap praise the balancing act the film pulls off with, while Spider-Man Far From Home offers its share of surprising twists and turns, up to and including some must-stay for post-credit buttons, the movie never feels like it's just biding its time between super battles. If anything, and this is a compliment, the film frequently feels like a charming teen road trip comedy that occasionally turns into a superhero movie. Collider's review provided this spoiler-free take that seems to fit the general consensus of opinion. I can simply say that Spider-Man Far From Home is fun. It's fun like Spider-Man Homecoming was fun. Everything you loved about that film is amplified here with more texture added to characters like Peter and MJ, while still providing a unique take on the MCU, what the world looks like at the ground level that no other Marvel movie provides. But, of course, the reviews didn't only have positive things to say. The AV Club's write-up says that Far From Home's biggest problem is just how good and effective Spider-Man Homecoming was. In a way, Far From Home suffers slightly for the nimble work of its predecessor. Homecoming populated Peter's world with such delightful high school characters that Far From Home has a deep bench before it even gets to the likes of Fury, Maria Hill, Happy Hogan, and the ghost of Tony Stark. That's not a literal ghost. One should always clarify with long-term fantasy sagas, but Stark's legacy looms over Peter's conscience and over the overstuffed movie itself. Honestly, having too many good characters in a film seems more like a positive problem to have, especially when you consider that The Amazing Spider-Man 2 had the problem of having too many bad characters in it. Now, NPR categorized Far From Home's biggest failings as just how crowded the Spider-Man releases are, stating, "For as good as it is, there's just no way to receive Spider-Man Far From Home as anything more than a vestigial tale, as it were, on the Marvel saga. It's an earnest, well-performed, lovably shaggy radioactive specimen that can't help feeling doubly premature for arriving only half a year after the rapturous Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse and a whopping 2 months behind Avengers Endgame, the MCU's monumental punctuation mark, which seems like the most NPR take of all time." And IndieWire expounds on that a bit with fans might be appeased by a successful bunt in a long summer of disgraceful strikeouts, but this is still a maddening failure when compared to the remarkable artistry of Into the Spider-Verse or the raw pathos of Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 2. They go on to say, for all of its frequent charm, the most generous thing you can say about Far From Home is that it's the third best Spider-Man movie of the last 7 months. If Endgame counts towards Holland's contract, then it also counts against him here. So there's the good, the bad, and the ugly of it all. Far From Home seems to give fans what they want to see in a heartfelt, fun, and funny romp, but as to whether Spider-Man Far From Home is the best Spider-Man flick of all time, the answer seems to be no. It appears for now that honor is still a two-way tie between Spider-Man 2 and Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. But what do you folks think? How excited are you to finally see where the MCU is headed after Endgame? Which portrayal of Spider-Man is your favorite? And what classic Peter Parker job should he get when he graduates high school in the MCU? Photographer or scientist? Let's discuss. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, and mash that little bell to get notified every time we drop a new video or go live with the show. And if this isn't enough Spider-Man, check out our latest mashup, Spider-Man Into the Multiverse, which teams up Tom Holland's Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man and Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man. Truly the most ambitious crossover of all time.